So, hi, how you doing? How's your day been?
It just started. It's like 10 a.m. here.
Japan is so weird. I don't understand the time zone over there. Yeah. So it's like Wednesday for you, right?
Yeah, Wednesday morning, yeah.
Oh my God, that's so, they're calling you queen in the chat. They really love you. Okay, so first question I do have. What made you want to get into books? Because I obviously school I read and stuff, and you're like a Englishologist, right? Because you like have like an English degree. So like what made you get into books?
There's a lot of answers, but I think so. I'm an open book, so sorry if y'all don't want my backstory, but I grew up super poor, like super hella poor, and one of the best things, so we didn't have a TV, I didn't have like games or anything, and so my sisters and I, we would go down to the library when they would have these sales of like buy however many books for, it's like 12 inches, like a ruler for like $1 or something. And so that was basically all I did. That was my like one kind of pastime that I had. And so I would read literally everything, like the Babysitter's Club. I was even reading Danielle Steele. Okay, Danielle Steele. Like I was reading, it's a trashy romance. Like, yeah, like the old ladies would read those kind of books, and I would just read anything, like literally anything I could get my hands on. I was reading Stephen King, everything, and so
as a kid, Stephen King.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would do that. That's.
Yeah.
Okay.
So. And I think that's why a lot of people maybe are kind of like surprised at like my kind of analysis, because when I was a kid, I would read the end of a book first, and then I would go, yeah, I know. Okay, listen, hear me out. I would read the end of the book first, and then I would go through it and try to like, now, like since I knew the end, I would try to like find all the clues and all the foreshadowing. Like that was super fun to me. I don't do that anymore because now I hate spoilers, and now I love to just kind of read all the way through. But it gave me that skill to like analyze. So yeah, that was my like one hobby, I think, as a kid.
I don't think I would ever want to do it. Do I want to do it? I don't mind spoilers in the general sense. I don't like plot twists like spoilers, but like general spoilers, like, oh my gosh, this guy dies later on, I don't mind that. I'll still enjoy the book. But to read the ending,
yeah, I was crazy as a kid. Like I was very, I'm still kind of antisocial and very introverted, but when I was a kid, it was even worse. It was just me with my books, and I had to find any way I could to like, I don't know, entertain myself, and that was fun. It was like a puzzle for me to just read the end and then kind of go through and pick it up, like Sherlock Holmes sort of, like a detective. I know that's
okay.
It's kind of, but now that I'm good at it, I don't like doing that, because now that I know that I can do that and I can kind of see foreshadowing. That's why I love thrillers, because if a thriller book can actually get me, I will buy every book that they write.
I hope I'm taller than you. If I find out that you're taller than me, we can't be friends. That's one thing I don't like. I don't like people taller than me.
I'm 5'8". No, 5'9". 5'8", 5'9".
We need to. Well, okay, you're pretty close to I'm 5'10". I need you to like grow shorter. Shrink shorter.
That
yes,
happens when you get older, so that probably will happen.
Really? People shrink when they get older?
Yeah. Like, I don't know the science behind that, but
around what age do I have to worry about that?
I don't know. Maybe like 50, 60?
50, 60?
I'm just guessing. I have no idea.
Oh, that's like right around the corner for me.
How old are you?
It's been a common question that people have been asking throughout the years. Guess. Team Becky? Stop saying Team Becky. I don't like this. Okay, see, this is... Wow, alright. The first question I want to...
You asked me about a book, weird book talk things. That's what you were asking before your power went.
Who was your first book crush?
Oh, my God. First book crush. Oh, Jesus. Okay, this is going to be very embarrassing. Like, really embarrassing.
Is it Ron Weasley?
No. Well... I would say Snape. Is that my husband? Oh my God, is my husband watching this live? Did my husband just write that? No, Augustine, that's my husband in the chat, by the way, guys. But he bought these for me, and he got me these last night. He brought me home some One Piece gummies. He's very supportive.
This is not fair, bro. You're cheating. You're in Japan. It's not fair. First of all, how have you never read One Piece? I mean, if you're in Japan, it's like a crime.
Okay, so
it is the biggest thing in Japan.
Yeah. So I actually okay. First, I gotta answer, how did I end up in Japan? So I was married before. So my ex-husband, he was very big into manga, anime, everything. So he actually got me into it. He made me sit down and watch Yu Yu Hakusho, like years and years and years ago. And then I fell in love with it. And so then I started reading and watching everything. And by that point, One Piece was already so long. And when I say that point, I mean, this is before my oldest daughter was born. So she's almost 14. So this was like 15 years ago. And
the one who edits your videos?
Yeah, well, she's a teenager, so she kind of gave up. She's like, this is hard. So I don't know. She'll probably edit some a little bit. But he was really big into like everything anime, manga. His dream was Japan. And so when I was doing my bachelor's degree and my master's degree, I knew I wanted to leave and go teach abroad. And so I was like, you know what? Why not Japan? I like manga, I like anime. We would watch it together. So, hey, why not? And then unfortunately, we're still friends, but we ended up getting a divorce. But he was the reason why I even got into like manga and anime. And he never watched One Piece. He never read One Piece because for him it was like, well, you know, it's too long. He was already dedicated to watching like reading and watching Bleach and Naruto. So we actually kept up on Naruto and Bleach while they were new. So I would wait like every freaking week for a new episode, the new volumes to come out. And it was just too much. Like it was already, you know, if we're already keeping up with Bleach and Naruto, adding One Piece.
Yeah.
So I just never did. I never did until I saw Carla posting about it and I was like,
I gotta get it. She's a hard person to reach, man.
Is this my time to shine? Because I live in Japan. Like, is this finally my moment? People are getting interested in manga and anime. All right, let me join.
No,
and
you did amazing.
Was sucked into it.
Yeah, I think the
really
first book talker I met was Viviana. Second question: what was your thoughts on One Piece before starting versus now?
So I'm not gonna lie, I thought it's just some kid being a pirate. I think because I trusted my ex-husband's like recommendations, first of all. So because he never started it and he just had no interest in it, and all of the ones he introduced me to, I loved, I thought, you know what? If he doesn't like it, he's not into it, I probably won't be either. So my impression was kind of based on him because he had been watching since he was like born, basically. He's always been, you know, manga and anime person. And so I just looking at the kind of visuals, of course I knew what One Piece was. I knew it was this kid named Luffy who wanted to be a pirate, but I was just like, yeah, nah, not for me. Like, it looks very childish, I guess. And I was wrong. Is because it's not. It's very, very.
What are your thoughts about it now?
I think it's super good. I mean, obviously you've seen my deep dives of it. People were asking me, how do you pull so much out of Romance Dawn? Because there's so much to pull out of Romance Dawn. Like, it's very, very deep. Like, it's not just, you know, this. I mean, I think anytime you have something so crazy where it's like this child who wants to be a pirate, there's intention behind that. Like, an author is not just going to, you know, make some random story. I mean, of course that does happen, but I feel like with manga and anime, everything has meaning. Like, a lot of the ones that I've watched, everything has a lot of meaning. And Japanese culture, I think they are very intentional with character development and, you know, putting in lots of symbolism into plot. And so I think every single thing as I was reading, I was like, oh, is this important? Oh my god, is this important? Oh wait, this might be important. And then I just kind of spiraled off into different rabbit holes, thinking about, you know, different connections. So yeah, I think it's really, really, really deep. And it's funny too, of course. It is just a silly pirate story, but on the other side, it's not. It's literature. It's something that I think people will be analyzing for as a classic, not just as a manga, you know?
Okay, this is going to be the biggest question I'll probably ask you so far. Top 5 books of all time and why?
Ooh, I've read 148 just this year. How do you ask me a question like that?
Huh? Look, we're in November. 104. You have no life. Oh my gosh. What?
I don't have life. I really don't.
148. Sharkheart. Who's Sharkheart?
Oh, Sharkheart. 100. But that book is right here. I literally, that book is like.
I'm at 146. Bro, what? You guys have no life.
Ren and Amber and Josh, we're all in a group chat because I'm making them read it right now, and so this book is my favorite that I will always think about. Oh my god.
Is that in the top 5?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The Hunger Games.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I love the Hunger Games. Oh my god, how do you ask me? The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. I absolutely love that. Have you read that before?
I've heard of Oscar Wilde, just not The Importance of Being Earnest.
Oh my god, that is so funny. That is one of the funniest books I've ever read. I mean, I'm gonna say book, but you know, play, whatever. Oh my god. What are other books? Oh, this is such a hard question. I mean, Throne of Glass. People have, you know, different opinions about Throne of Glass.
I've heard of that. What is it? Yeah, what is yeah.
That's like my Roman Empire series ever. I love that series so much. It's like a.
Okay.
She's a assassin, basically. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But I love Throne of Glass. The Murderbot Diaries. Have you heard of that?
No.
It made into a show on Apple TV, but it's basically this android, I don't know, security unit that is responsible for going on missions and protecting whoever their clients are. And but this one hacks itself, and so of course it could go on a rampage and kill everyone. And it names itself Murderbot, but instead of doing that, it realized it could access all of the entertainment feeds, so it just sits there and like goes on the missions and, you know, pretends to do its job, but it's just like watching dramas in its like entertainment feed, which is super relatable because like who wouldn't do that, you know? Who wouldn't just pretend to do their job and be sitting there watching dramas all day if they could? You know
That's fair. As super people read books, they tend to associate and also disassociate, but a lot of people tend to see themselves in characters. So then you've read over 100 books in this year alone. I can't even imagine what you've read in the last year.
Yeah.
Out of all these books, I want you to pick one character that you feel is the most Becky possible.
I'm very weird. Like, I'm a weird person. And I feel, well, so I'm autistic, okay, and I have ADHD, so I feel like that...
Pick a struggle.
But you know what though? I feel like on one hand it is a struggle, but on the other hand, it helped me so much just with the way that I see things and pattern recognition and like just being able to kind of understand things on a different wavelength as other people. So yeah, it's a struggle, but it also helps me. I would say maybe Alice from Catabasis. I know a lot of people don't like her character. This is an R.F. Kuang book. Do you know who R.F. Kuang is?
No, can you describe who Alice is?
Okay, well first, R.F. Kuang, if you have not read any of her books, she is incredible. I love her so much. But Alice, so Catabasis is about these two PhD students who they travel to hell to rescue the soul of their dissertation advisor so that he can basically help them pass their dissertation. And I relate a lot to her, one, because she's deeply insecure and she struggles being a woman just in academia in general and has a lot of different expectations put upon her that are, you know, making her kind of compete with other people that she would have maybe otherwise been friends with. And just she's very deeply insecure, and so am I. And she's also a nerd, and I don't know, I just really like her character, and when I see people say that they hate her, I'm like, damn.
I guess. Celebratory stickers. I mean, no, it's not bad. Okay. Who is your favorite character so far in One Piece?
I like everybody in different ways. I would say probably Nami, because she is just very much like, what the hell? And also Like I feel like that's just her whole vibe right now. She has no idea what's going on with Luffy and Zoro, and you know, so her like I imagine like her looking at this from the outside being like, you know, it's just so funny to me, like her reactions, because that's how I would react, honestly.
So would you say she is like the viewers like persona, like the person who's like the most normal, seeing all these larger than life things? I always thought that would be. Wait, where are you at? Where are you at? I don't want to say any characters.
I just started the Syrup arc, or the Syrup Village arc.
Okay, I'm not gonna say anything then. Okay. There's a character I was gonna talk about. You are only like one arc away, so nah, I'm not gonna say who. But Nami would be the first one who like give us an insight where like you see Luffy's naivete going on, and she's like, "Hello, can't you just think normally?" And like Zoro is just like instigating Luffy. It's like, oh my gosh, like what am I dealing with? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
no, okay, I have to say a funny story. So, my ex-husband, and I'm gonna bring up my ex-husband because we're still friends. Like we co-parent. My husband even, we're all friends. He used to call me Agnes because he had this neighbor. We grew up in Louisiana, and in Louisiana people are just nosy as hell. And so he had this neighbor named Agnes, who would always be like in her blinds. Like every time something was going on outside, she was like looking. And he would call me Agnes because we'd be having a conversation, but I hear something else going on over here. And so I'm like looking at him, but I'm listening, and you can tell I'm not paying attention, right? Because I'm like trying to see what's going on. And that scene where Nami said she was leaving, she was like, "Peace out," and then she dipped, but then she was like standing there, like kind of still listening. You remember? And she's like, and she kind of came back.
Okay.
I was like, Agnes. In my head, I called her Agnes. I was like, she's just like me, because that would be me. I'm saying I'm leaving, but I'm really not. When shit starts going down, I'm like, wait a minute. Hey, something's going on over here. Like, let me take a look. So I think Nami is very much like me. Like if I were in One Piece, Nami would be my character. That's who I would relate to the most.
Do you see yourself being a pirate of your own crew, or like a navigator like Nami? Like, what do you see yourself doing? Or would you like be more of a marine, like, or just a regular person?
That's an excellent question. I'm a very bossy person. I'm super bossy, and I'm super like type A controlling, but only if I believe that I'm right and I know what I'm doing. If not, I'm the biggest follower you'll ever see in your life. So for example, traveling, I don't want to plan anything. I have no idea. I have no plan. So you plan it, I'll just follow you and do whatever. Like if I have no idea, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm very anxious. I'm going to be the biggest follower you ever seen. Hey, you want to go over here? Yes, let's go. You want to go shop? Sure, why not? But if it's something that I'm like passionate about, don't even give me advice. Like you shut up and listen to me and we're going to go. So I feel like if, I don't know, being a pirate of my own ship, I feel like I could, but I don't know if I would want to. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I would probably rather someone else just be the pirate, like the captain. Like I would follow Luffy. I'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill over here. You be the captain. I'll just support you, you know? I don't know if that makes sense.
Now, so there's a lot of quirky things that go on in One Piece. One of the questions they've been meaning to ask is, what are your thoughts on the quirky devil fruits that you've seen, including buggies with the chop fruit?
Ask me the question again. Sorry, my brain was.
What are your thoughts on the different quirkiness of the devil fruits and stuff like the chop fruit? Obviously, we have the Rubber Man, you know, Luffy and whatnot. But, yeah.
I have some kind of theories, but I don't know. I want to see what the other kind of devil fruits are before I really kind of make. I think each one of the devil fruits has some kind of power that's associated maybe with. I don't know, in my head I'm thinking like, oh, what if it's like, you know, different, you know, this is just an example, but like different zodiac signs, or like different gods, or like different, you know, like it's kind of split up like that, like different calendar months. Like I have no idea at this point. So
you
for
have
me, I'm
no idea how weird this is here in this. You might actually figure out the One Piece.
No, I have no, but see, I've only met the 2 devil fruits so far. So like the gum fruit, I mean, in general, I feel like the devil's fruit, like I said in the deep dive, it's like kind of Adam and Eve. You're taking something that you shouldn't have taken, and it gives you this kind of power that's similar to, you know, God, because that's what happened with Adam and Eve. And so, but the fact that all of these kind of powers are different, I don't know yet what that symbolizes. I want to kind of think about, once I see more of the devil fruits, and kind of make a, you know what I mean, like make the connection, because having only 2 devil fruits so far, it's very random. It's like one you can chop, one turns you into rubber. I'm not.
Yeah, you have only seen 2, huh? Oh, you're gonna see. I'm not.
Don't
Gosh,
spoil
you.
anything.
I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm not gonna spoil anything. So, would you say there's any book you've ever read that's similar to One Piece in your opinion?
I know that a lot of people say that the Cosmere, the way that the world building across the different series, because the Cosmere is not just one series, it has multiple different series that are all part of the same universe. I know people say that Cosmere universe is very similar to One Piece. I've only read the first book and a half of the Mistborn, which is the first trilogy in the Cosmere. So I think that's the closest one that I can say. As far as the story, I have I don't know.
Yeah, you're
One
still
Piece,
new to One Piece, so yeah.
yeah, and it's very unique though, I feel. Like you have, I mean, I think the Hunger Games in a way, because you have like this one young kind of character that has this like mission and meets these different people along the way that kind of become, you know, their allies. So I mean, of course, it's very different. Like, they're not killing each other in One Piece. Like, well, not yet anyways. There's no trials or whatever. But I think if I look at it as far as like the type of character, what's their goal, and what the relationships become with other people, there's lots of books that are kind of similar to that. But the fact that they're on a pirate ship, they're sailing around to different places, I can't say that I've read anything that's, you know, similar to that. Which makes it really interesting, because I want to see the different parts of the world that they're kind of representing as well. Like, I want to see the different kind of villages and imagine like, oh, it's this culture or it's that culture, or, you know, because I imagine will be some symbolism in the book as well.
Yeah. Guys, make sure to like put the questions in the chat. I'm trying to read your questions and stuff like that. So a lot of people have compared One Piece. This is probably me overhyping One Piece. A lot of people have compared One Piece to the modern day Odyssey. And when I first started, I used to like not agree with that. And then the more I kept reading, the more I realized I don't think I'll ever read any series ever like One Piece. And I think it solidified it when Oda, the writer of One Piece, became number 7, I believe, in best-selling authors in history. And I'm like everybody else has had like several books. Shakespeare, I believe, is number 1, but he's had like several. Everybody else has had several books, and he just one series got him there. And I'm like, how to be in the top 10 of all time? That's like a huge deal. And I think out of every series, it has the most statues around the world, and it's ridiculous. So
it's crazy. I mean, I feel, like I said, I feel stupid that I never read it before, but I'm actually happy that I'm reading it now, because I feel like reading it now, knowing how much it means to so many other people in the world, it's kind of like, how do I say? Like, I can experience this on this kind of much bigger level with new people reading it for the first time, because all of you who've been reading it for a long time, you're so excited. You're like, yes, new people are coming in and reading it, right? So it's like, I feel more hyped to be like, oh my god, okay, yeah, like this is like some, you know, big fun kind of beyond just reading it. It's kind of like this, I don't know, community, you know, this community feeling as well. So I don't know, I'm excited to read it. And yeah, the Odyssey as well. I mean, yeah, I should have said that. Duh. The Odyssey is, I feel like most people, if you haven't, you know, studied like literature, you haven't read it, or you just kind of, you know, skimmed through it in your high school English class or whatever. But I do want to read it again. Actually, I have it here. I have.
There is the movie is coming out next year. I think next year, so it makes sense to read it again.
Yeah, I want to read this again. I haven't read this literally since like university, so yeah. I have a list of books that I want to read that are preparing me for the future arcs.
Oh man, oh my god, I cannot say certain things. I'm just excited. So I've heard that there's several book talker group chats and stuff like that. My question is, in the group chats, do you guys also discuss One Piece? Like what do you guys do?
So I am very kind of antisocial.
You?
Yeah, I really
With the
am.
amount of energy you have?
I'm super busy. Like, I'm so busy. I work full time. I have my kids. I just finished my MBA. I'm in my last year of my doctorate. Like, I'm doing a lot of things, and then reading is like kind of separate. So I really only have like one. I mean, I have a couple of group chats, but I mostly use them for buddy reads because I am a book talker at the end of the day. So I do read other things other than One Piece. I'm so sorry. But my group chats are mostly for the books that I'm like reading at the moment. So like specifically with those people, and then I have just like my friend chat group with like Ren and Josh and everything, and we just talk about whatever. I'm getting like Ren is reading One Piece right now, and then Josh is going to be reading it soon. He's just picked it up from the library, so I'm getting Josh.
Ooh, I gotta interview Josh at some point. Okay.
Yeah. He is completely new 100% to all of this, and so the peer pressure finally got to him. But yeah, I mean, I don't really talk about One Piece in group chats. Also because I don't like hearing other people's theories until I kind of make my own, because I don't like being influenced by what other people say. So I try not to talk about One Piece really with anybody. I don't think I've chatted about One Piece with literally any other person other than TikTok, like making a video and reading the comments. But yeah, I don't know if other people do. I don't know.
No, people... I've heard that there's group chats. I haven't seen the group chats or anything like that. I guess that's something we have in common. I'm also antisocial in that sense. To give you a brief summary of myself, I work for the government. Yeah. Yeah, nobody expects it. Like, what, this goofy guy works for the government? Yeah, I'm a pretty serious person in person. I don't smile, I don't do anything. I'm a very serious guy. So a lot of people get surprised that I work for the government. I don't talk to people. I don't socialize with people. I am very... The word would be... A lot of people say I am very egotistical. I'm not. I don't think so. I think I am more so egoistical in the sense that I believe that I am the... I believe I am the best thing God invented since rice. Yes. Yeah. No, I definitely think I am like one of the greatest people to ever exist. People just don't know it yet. But yeah, I don't think I'm not narcissistic because I know that I have places that I need to improve in myself. So therefore, I try my best to like improve daily and stuff like that. But I don't interact with people who I feel like are beneath my intelligence. And that's a lot of people. Is that Iffy? Iffy, I gotta interview you at some point. Oh my gosh, I'm a huge fan of Iffy. Everybody loves Iffy. But yes.
I feel like intelligence though, like intelligence, there's different kinds of intelligence. Because,
exactly.
Like, okay, for example, I had trouble figuring out how to do the live because I was looking in the wrong place. Like, I'm so dumb in some ways. Like, some things I'm like, oh, and then I had to scroll through. I'm like, oh wait, he said it's the bottom right. I'm looking at the top left. So like, if you judge me on just that one interaction, you'd be like, this girl is stupid, right? But I'm intelligent in a lot of other ways. Or like, I'm a teacher, right? So like when I'm trying to group my students by, you know, like numbers or whatever, I'm like, okay, I need 5 groups of 3, and then I start counting them off, and I'm like, wait, do we count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or do we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Like, if you judge me on just that one instance, you'd be like, this girl doesn't know basic math. Like, you're an idiot.
Right.
But
no, 100% agree.
In other ways, it's like I'm super smart. So I don't know. I feel like I don't really judge people like based on what their intelligence is in terms of like if you're beneath me or whatever, because I feel like we all have different ways that we're super smart. I do not associate with people that I feel are just like toxic or mean or like mean girl energy or like just, you know, rude boy behavior. I don't like those people. So like anybody that kind of does that kind of attitude, I don't want to associate with that. But literally any other person in the world, I feel like we all have something that we can offer each other, and we all have some sort of like different value and different level of intelligence. So
okay, so that is where the common misconception comes with me. I don't interact with people because I feel they're beneath my intelligence, but I do believe they're intelligent in several ways, and I love that about people. So the thing about me is I grew up in West Africa. That's where I grew up. My first language was French. I came to the United States to learn English. So sometimes my English is really bad sometimes. But I'm pretty good at English now, I would say. But yes, so as I grew up, a lot of people sacrificed in order for me to make it to the United States, because it's not an easy thing to do. And I made a promise to make sure that their sacrifices never goes in vain. So I always, everything I do, no matter what, is to make sure that I become a better and better person. Constantly. Always. I never take a break. No, I'm a workaholic in that sense. So everybody I interact with, I need to learn something from them. And if I feel like I'm not learning anything from them, sorry, I'll cut you off. So I have like maybe like 3 friends in existence in that sense. Because again, like if I'm not learning anything, I just move on and I continue going. So it's not very effective in a relationship.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel like Edward Scissorhands sometimes, because I'm just like snip, 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 snip. Not because I don't value that person, but yeah, I feel like if people aren't, you know, not, I don't want to, not in a negative way, not in like a you must give to me in order for me to value you, not like that. But I think if I'm trying to go here, and you're happy being down here, it's like
absolutely not.
We just have different like you know values in life, and like that's great. I can appreciate the values that you have in your life, but like I want to be here. Like I want to go here, and so yeah, maybe we just aren't kind of conducive. And I also think sometimes it's like people are meant to be in your life for a reason. I always try to take everything that happens to me in my life as like either some kind of lesson or some kind of like reason of why that happened to me or why that person is there. And even like the shittiest of the shitty things, sorry, can I say shit on here? Even the worst things that have ever happened to me, I try not to like wallow in them. I try to say, okay, what can I learn from that? Yeah, it was hard. Yeah, it sucked. But how can I kind of, you know, either avoid that mistake in the future or have my kids avoid it? So like, how can I teach my kids to like not go down this, you know, one path that I did? And with people, I feel like
my
if people
TikTok. That's it. Other than that, bro.
Go ahead. But
say?
yes,
yeah, if people
I
are
think
just super negative, I just can't. I really can't, you know?
I think that's the reason why I automatically wanted to make you my enemy, because they say your biggest critic is yourself, and I think I realized that I have a lot in common with you, and I realized no, there can only be one in this world. So I automatically branded you like my biggest rival because I knew we had a lot in common. Now, I do have another question.
I love people who also bully me a little bit. Like if people are mean to me, like in a like joking kind of way, I like that because I'm very sarcastic and mean. Like Amber, if you ever see any of her videos or my videos, like she's the one with the beautiful curly hair.
I've heard of Amber, yeah. She's showed up on my feed.
Our comments to each other are always so mean. Like always so mean, but that's how we show love. You know what I mean? She's laughing in the chat because she knows it's true. But it's like I enjoy people who I can have like banter with because I feel like banter and sarcasm. It's like you have to be at like a high enough level to like get it and understand that like it's not, you know, it's not like intentional. Like we're not saying it to be mean. That's why when the whole kind of, you know, agenda-based kind of drama happened, it's like I'm not at that level to understand why it's funny. You know what I mean? So like, if we're both on the same page, then I can appreciate it. But let's not talk about that. Let's not bring that up again. That never happened. Okay.
I actually have to bring it up now. I have to. Okay. So, agenda piece. Now, a lot of book talkers, like, it was the first thing everybody warned the book talkers about. Please stay away from agenda piece. Because whenever you've been reading a series for so long, and, like, it has such a huge, expansive world, you meet different class systems. And you get attached to different class systems and unfortunately characters. And you're in a world where people are trying to defeat each other in order to achieve goals. So you get a lot of competition in the fan base. Some people are like Team Zoro, some people are like Team Luffy, and they believe that Zoro is stronger than Luffy even though Zoro listens to Luffy and they say it's only out of respect and stuff like that. A lot of people like are attached to characters so much so that they create an identity behind it. So no matter what, they have to always make sure that Zoro looks good, and if Zoro ever looks bad, they say, well, it's cool, just give it a few chapters, you'll look good again, or whatever. So you get this agenda. And there are certain characters who have like the biggest agendas. I won't even say who they are because you haven't seen them yet. You're about to see one of them in a little bit, in like 2 chapters. Probably 2 chapters or 2 arcs. But that's what happened with agenda piece. So the second you start talking about how you like a certain character, or you see a certain character in like in the deep dive, they're like, nah, we don't like her, she's one of them. So it's just, yeah, I do apologize for that. It's a huge thing.
I think also I'm the kind of person that like, I don't know, I can't keep my mouth shut. and it gets me into trouble sometimes because like I'm very quiet, I'm very introverted, I'm very antisocial. I could go a whole day without talking to anybody, but like if someone comes in and they're just like being what I perceive as being like just rude or whatever, I can't keep my mouth shut. And I feel like, you know, a lot of the people, the booktokers who started reading One Piece, when you get these random just like it's like spam to us because we have no idea what this is. And you know, I think a lot of people are really nice and they're not going to say anything. They're just going to block. And I'm not that person. Like, I'm not nice in that way. I'm like, get the fuck out, you know? And it gets me into trouble sometimes, obviously. And so then I got a lot of people that were like mad at me. And I was just like, you know what? And then you're like, Becky, you're above this. Don't do it. So I'm like, okay, let me just forget about it. So I apologize for feeding into it a little bit.
No.
But that's so hard for me. I can't.
Don't apologize to people beneath you. That's not how that works.
But I don't think that, you know, I mean, Agenda Piece, like, I'm sure that community is so fun and so, like, you know.
Oh, you will end up having an agenda. Everybody ends up having one.
And that's great. Like, that's super great. But, like, let us get there, you know? Like, let us eventually come to that.
They're trying to recruit you early to an agenda.
Yeah, but I feel like you catch more, what's the saying? You catch more flies with honey or whatever the hell that thing is. It's like, if you come in and you're just bombarding us, it's like, we don't want to have anything to do with you. Right?
Which Hogwarts house are you?
Slytherin.
Slytherin? Ah, okay. So it would be kind of like that, you know. I for the longest time I've always been a Gryffindor until I retook the test online, and then I ended up being a Slytherin. But I used to be Team Gryffindor always, and every time I met a Slytherin, I just hated them. But it was like that. It's the Gryffindor agenda, so to speak. But yes, that's how it'll be. And trust me, Slytherin, me too. Oh, I don't like a lot of people in the chat anymore. You guys are a bunch of I don't know. You guys seem to have a very bad rep historically. I don't know, but yeah, it's just you. I am curious to see what type of agenda you will have. Oh my gosh, you're gonna have one, and people are gonna like you because you're very opinionated, which is a very good thing. People like people who think, and
but people also don't like people who are opinionated. So like, I feel like as many fans as I have, there's also gonna be like people who don't like me, which is fine. It's been that way my whole life. Sometimes I've just had to like bite the bullet and be the person who like spoke up and said something. Even if it makes me the bad guy, whatever, cool, I'm fine with that.
You know what a tsundere is, right?
Yeah.
Someone just called you tsundere Becky.
You know, I'm Becky, I guess. I'm, you know, just call me, you can call me what my mom used to say, call me whatever you want, just don't call me late for dinner. And that's my motto.
Fair enough. Fair, yeah. You are so Midwestern. I've never
Midwestern? No, I grew up in the South.
Ah, you Southern? Okay. Wait, where in the South? You said Louisiana, right?
Louisiana, yeah.
Ah, like in the bayous and stuff.
Yeah, I'm from Lafayette.
Like by New Orleans.
New Orleans is about, so if you think about Louisiana as a boot, New Orleans is like the toe.
Yeah.
I'm from like the bottom ankle part.
Ah, so you're now like part of the French Quarter and stuff. I was gonna ask if you speak French.
So New Orleans is more kind of like Creole.
Right.
And then my city where I grew up in Lafayette is Cajun.
Ah, okay.
So when you
How
hear
many
about
languages do you speak?
English and Spanish. English is my native, Spanish I'm fluent, but Japanese, you know, I'm okay. I can survive. It should be better.
You've
I wish
been
it was
there for like
better.
8 years, haven't you?
Listen, you said you weren't
How do
gonna
you
vote.
get by? Okay. No. Like
Okay, no. Let me answer that really quickly. One, my work is in English, so I teach at university. Which, if I taught in like high school or middle school, I would have to interact a lot more in Japanese because I'd be working with Japanese teachers. But I teach in university, so I never have to use Japanese, literally ever. My whole department's English or other languages, like. So I don't use English or I don't use Japanese at work. And then at home, it's English and Spanish. So I speak Spanish with my husband, English with my kids. And then I don't leave, like I don't go anywhere. So like, when am I ever gonna go out? And I don't go clubbing or drinking or whatever. I'm just at home reading my books. And so I can like interact with people, of course, at the store, the grocery mart or the grocery store, the konbini, the city hall, immigration, driver's license, whatever. I can do all that stuff, bank stuff, hospitals. Like I can survive. My Japanese is, you know, that level. But like, if you asked me to write an essay in Japanese, no, I couldn't do that. Not yet.
Your children must have excellent Japanese by now.
Yeah, they do.
Wow,
My,
you're so
my
lucky.
born in Japan. So my two youngest is like they're native level in all three languages. My oldest, she moved here. We moved here when she was 5. So her Japanese is like she only went to Japanese school, not English school. Like first she started elementary school in Japan.
That is Japan is everybody's dream. Everybody's dream destination, Japan. Now I'm gonna ask this, okay? So I'm sure you've noticed so far, but One Piece is a story about, like the Marines, the pirates. There's a lot of politics in it. It's gotten so much so that politics itself has seeped into the real world.
Yeah.
There are real world countries like Indonesia and Nepal where they're trying to go against an oppressive government, and they've used the One Piece flag as a sign against the oppressive government, similar to how the Italians used Bella Ciao during World War II. So what are your thoughts on the fact that One Piece is such a big thing in people's lives that it's become a national movement and a sign of against oppression? Yeah.
I mean, I think we've always used art has always been political because art has always been the way that we express how we feel about the current situation, the current political situation. Like any piece of art that you look at, whether it's visual, whether it's a movie, whether it's literature, anything, it's always going to reflect kind of like that period of time and what people were going through. And I think I don't think that's anything new because people have always had such a deep connection with, art and politics. But I think because One Piece is so entertaining, it's so symbolic, like it's something, how do I say? It's something that people love so deeply as a story separate, but also has these like meanings to where it's easy to spread and it's easy for everyone to kind of latch onto it. And it's kind of like Hunger Games, right? Where people started, doing like the whistle sound or like, this, it's people know it. And so when they see it, they immediately can make that connection between, oh, I know that movie. And so I know that reference that they're making. It's much more powerful than just say, somebody has some random small novel that no one has read. And then you use something from that to kind of represent your cause. No one's going to get it. No one's going to know. And so I think the fact that One Piece is so massively popular, it's a great, representation of the political points that you want to make that everyone's going to immediately get. Because everyone reads One Piece, they can see what the politics are. They can see the real world. They're going to immediately make that, connection. And so I think it's wonderful. I think it's great. And I think that it helps people to also see that there is politics in One Piece. There is politics in literature and art. For anybody who says that there's not, there is. Shut up. You're wrong.
Well, you heard it here. Okay, so now I'm going to ask another hard question. Who is your favorite book talker?
Why are you going to ask me that?
I'm sorry. I want to know. Okay. Who makes your favorite videos? How about that? You don't need to say your favorite book talkers. Like the videos that you love the most, in terms of like how they make the videos.
I have a few because I don't have just like one like. I have like people who I think do different things that I really enjoy them for a specific reason. I will say the person that I'm the most proud of is Iffy because I met her on TikTok and she was very small and like, she says I'm her first TikTok friend and that's an honor that I have because she really learned how to make videos. Like I would watch her early videos until now and I could just see her growth and she would kind of learn from her videos and take kind of inspiration from what she saw from other people. She really kind of studied it in that way and like incorporated it, and she's so genuine and so authentic, and her personality is just so calm and kind, and people were just kind of drawn towards her. And now she's really big, now she has like I think 13,000 people. So in terms of like my most inspirational person, I would say Iffy.
You gotta help me land an interview with Iffy at some point. She's amazing.
She's really kind too. She's really sweet, and I love her content. She always has such good reviews, and she's super articulate with her videos. I say like and a lot, and I'm very ADHD, but she's very articulate. I love the way that Carla just always looks so beautiful on her videos. Like she just looks like she just looks like she's ready to do like a model shoot. She's got her books, she's got her visuals, everything is so beautiful. You can't help but just watch, no matter what she's talking about. So I think Carla is like, if I could look like that on camera, the way that she looks all the time. Yeah, and she has such good recommendations, and I love the way that she speaks. Josh, I love how Josh just yaps. Josh is like, you will not see an edited video on Josh's page. I'm sorry, and I love that. I love that. You're gonna see just Josh, he just puts record, and he just starts talking, you know? And I love that because it feels like I'm FaceTiming with him. So like, I'll just be making my coffee, I'll put on his little video, and it's like we're chatting even though he's chatting to his camera, and I get a lot of recommendations that, yeah, Ren said King of Thrillers. And there's a person who also, I was friends with him when he was just kind of starting out. His name is Tanner's Kitchen. He doesn't make book videos, but he does really good kind of like book and movie and whatever, you know, different media inspired videos where he edits them so amazing that it's like he's cooking recipe, like he's making a recipe that's inspired by something else, but the way he edits is so good. If you guys have not seen his videos, oh my god, his name is Tanner's Kitchen. Please Google him. Well, on TikTok. Really, really good. I don't know, there's just so many people. I love everybody on TikTok. Everybody. Every creator. You can't make me pick just one. I'm sorry.
You are now, like, you've been a big TikToker / book talker, and everybody really loves you, and people, like, just cannot wait for your latest reviews and stuff. Small. People consider you big. People consider you big enough. And in that sense, what is your goal in terms of like the content you make? Did you ever see yourself becoming a content creator? Like, what is your goal long run?
My biggest goal in life is I want to write, actually. I love writing.
Have you started?
Yeah, I have. I want to publish. I did my MBA because I want to open my own, like, either bookstore / cafe or like a publishing company. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas in my head.
Is it posted anywhere for us to read?
Not yet, because I'm shy.
I mean, we would love. We're absolutely gonna critique your writing, absolutely. Yeah, but no, we would love to.
I'm always open to critiques. That's one thing about me, is you will never see me getting offended if someone gives me like critique that I should follow, or hey Becky, like, you know, your video is kind of let me know, man. Send me a DM. I'm always open for feedback because I always want to grow and I always want to be better. I think in terms of like book talk, of course I'd love to grow. Of course I'd love to hit 10K, and I would love to, like, you know, get paid and be able to work a little bit less, because right now I work full time, but I also work part time at a couple of other universities just to make more money. I would love to just focus on my full time job and be able to have more time to make more book content, make more reviews, make more One Piece deep dives, because One Piece ain't going nowhere. I'm in it. I'm in it for the long haul. But yeah, I'd also really love to just write. Like, I love writing so much. That's like my biggest passion. Just anything with books really is my dream in life. So yeah, I would not consider myself big. I had like literally 2,000 people following me before this whole One Piece thing, and now I'm like almost to 6K, which to me is still so crazy. Like, that you guys want to watch me. Like, almost 4,000 people joined just to watch me. That's so insane. Like, I feel like that's not real. Yeah.
They absolutely love you. So I would say that during the November, December season / January, things get very heated in the One Piece community, because there's this thing called a reverie that every big One Piece creator or every notable One Piece creator, they all get into one call and they just discuss what happened throughout the year on One Piece. And they do this every year. It's been like 5 years in a row now. And they also do something called Top 30 Season. Every One Piece reviewer or whatever does the top 30 strongest characters or top 30 most influential characters.
Top 30, and I've got like 5.
Yeah, it's always during the winter seasons. So like this season is gonna be like during November, December, January. It's gonna be very controversial, so a lot of people are gonna be heated. So look forward to that. But yeah, no, it's top 30 season is really wild. We do this every year. So when I tell you, you're in for a long haul. Yeah.
No, I'm really enjoying this, honestly. Like, this, I feel like of course I love Book Talk. This is my first community that I've ever been a part of. I love my Book Talk friends. But One Piece, there's just something special about y'all. Like, you just welcomed us in immediately. You know what I liken it to? I feel like when TikTok was about to be banned in the US, it was banned for like, what, 2 days or whatever?
Right.
And like, everyone went to Red Note, right? And then you have like all these Chinese people that are like, what the fuck? Why are all these Americans in here? And then all the Americans were like, what the fuck? This China, like, China's so cool. Look at this culture, everything. And it was just this kind of, not clash, but like this kind of coming together of 2 different cultures where they were like, wow, we're learning so much from each other, and we're seeing things that we never thought before, and we're kind of, you know, connecting and bonding. That's kind of what I feel like is happening with Book Talk and One Piece, where it's like there's some overlap now, and we have kind of not joined communities, we still have our separate communities, but there's this like space in the middle where a lot of us are kind of at, where there's no judgment, there's just, it's welcoming, it's, you know, educating each other. Because I've seen a lot of people that are like asking me, oh my god, what books do you recommend? Like, I like this, I like that. You're getting me into thinking about reading. I kind of want to start reading some novels. And you're over here starting Red Rising. It's like, I don't know if that really would have happened if our communities hadn't, you know, connected. And then beyond One Piece, like, I know Sarah, she's reading, what is she reading?
Berserk.
She's reading like Berserk, and then a couple of other people are reading Berserk. I know a couple of people have started Death Note already. I can't wait for people to start Bakuman. Oh my god, if I could get them into
wait, you love Bakuman?
I love Bakuman.
It's
so
one of my
much.
top 10 series of all time.
Yeah, me too.
Bakuman got me into art. I became an artist after Bakuman.
Really? Oh, I loved it so much.
Oh,
Bakuman is one of my favorites. Yeah, Bakuman is one of my favorites.
We have way too much in common. This is so weird. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see, you know, like, and I also think that, you know, people say, oh, book, like, manga is not a book, but in Japan, yeah, they would consider that a book. It's a graphic novel, it's a comic book. There's still books. Manga are bought in bookstores, right? So I feel like our communities are not that different. It's just a different type of book. And so for people to kind of separate these things out, it's like, really? Why do we have to? Like, why can't me on my Book Talk account, why can't I talk about the Hunger Games and Blood Over Bright Haven and, you know, the John Marrs thriller and also One Piece? You know, I feel like they're all different types of books. One just has more words than the other. One has more pictures than the other. You know, I don't know. I don't really see them as being super different anymore.
I think I may have been indoctrinated into becoming a book talker myself, because I'm gonna be doing reviews. Most of them obviously gonna be posted mostly on YouTube, because I'm not a big fan of the TikTok app. I'm not. It feels like a cesspool. I'm not a big fan of TikTok. Yeah. So I try my best to never go on TikTok. The only time I'm on there is just to get content to react to.
To look at my videos.
That's really it. I just go on there to get the book talk videos, and that's it. I never scroll and stuff. It feels like it's meant to trap you in the app, and that's how it was organized. And I don't like that. I don't like when things try to mind control me in a sense, and that's what it feels like. So I never was a big fan of the app. But I feel like I'm gonna become a book talker in a sense. Do you have any advice for an up and coming guy who is trying to get into books again?
Okay. So one thing that I'm really terrible at is reviews, and that's what that I feel like if I did more reviews, I would reach more people. But I just read and then I forget to review it, and then I just start picking up another book. So I would say if you really want to be a book talker, people love reviews, and that's my goal for 2026 is to literally review every single book that I read, because I don't. I'm so bad about that. Take notes, write a summary afterwards. Like, as soon as you read it, write what your thoughts are. That way, even if you don't have time to make a video about a review, like, immediately, you still can do it a little bit later. Also make drafts, because as you know, it's really hard to, like, you know, keep up with content. But Book Talk, people post lots of book stuff almost every single day. And so if you make drafts on TikTok, you can just kind of store them and then just post one every single day. I would also say one of the biggest things that people love on Book Talk is a mix of like a book review, book recommendations, like trends and challenges. So for example, like I did like the Uno challenge where it's like pick 2 books or pick a skip card of like a book that you've been putting off, or a reverse card, like fun trends like that. But don't like make it into some super professional kind of thing. Like, you don't have to be perfect. That's the beauty of TikTok, is like I'm literally just sitting in my room with a ring light. Like I don't have to fancy camera. I'm on my iPhone. You know, like it doesn't have to be this like super super crazy thing. Sometimes I just pick up my phone. Like last night I did a giveaway with my little chimney like head thing after I took a shower. Like you don't have to be super aesthetic and everything. Of course people like aesthetic videos, but you really don't have to be. So if anybody wants to be a book talker, just pick up a phone and read a book and start recording. Like that's literally it.
Okay. Somebody asked in the chat, have you read The Sandman? I think that's by Neil Gaiman.
No, and I don't
Have
know
you heard
if
of
I
it?
will. Yes, but
It's so good.
I know, but I after hearing a couple of things about Neil Gaiman, I don't know if I really want to support his books.
That's something else I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Do you believe in separating the artist from the art? I personally do.
It depends on what people are considering as like problematic or worthy of canceling. So, for example, my Harry Potter books, I still love them. I will still read them. My kids will read them, but they're on a bottom shelf. I won't feature them in my videos anymore.
You don't like her that much?
I mean, I support the trans community, and so I think if the author is going to say, you know, kind of things against the trans community, I don't want to platform a person that will say those sorts of things. So
you're not
of course
platforming them.
Yeah, but as a book talker, I feel like if I'm showing, you know, Harry Potter and I'm kind of like, you know, advertising it, to me that's like slapping the people who are, you know, trans right in the face, and I don't want to do that. Now people have mixed opinions about some people, like Sarah J. Maas. A lot of people, you know, don't like her. I try not to put her books in my videos very prominently anymore because I know that some people feel a specific way. I also think that there needs to be some more kind of how do I say? God, I don't want to get canceled for saying things like this, but I feel like if it's very clear and very obvious that a person is doing something that's problematic, then I don't want to platform their books anymore. But if it's speculation or people taking like a certain kind of one thing and, you know, they're running with it, I don't feel comfortable with just canceling people like that. In terms of Neil Gaiman, yeah, I don't want to platform somebody who has been accused of those sorts of things. So I don't know. I think it's case by case for me. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a really hard thing to talk about because, of course, there are books that are wonderful, and maybe they're written, you know, by people who are not so great. I think if we did that for every single book, we wouldn't read anything because there's always something you can find bad about somebody.
Right.
But I think there's a line for me of when it really becomes super harmful for another person, and that's the line that I don't want to platform anymore. If that makes
Growing
sense.
up, I think growing up in a place where hardly any media reached us, because again, I was in West Africa, in the middle of nowhere, hardly any type of media like reached us. You know, we were lucky to even see like the Harry Potter movies and stuff like that. So I would hear different songs but never know the artist. To me, every song I ever heard was written by Michael Jackson, because people talked about Michael Jackson, but I never knew who the guy was. I just knew he made songs, so I thought every song was made by him. I never associated artist and art together, and when I came to the United States, people were like, oh my gosh, Michael Jackson did this controversial thing. I'm like, okay, but what does that have to do with the song? You know, I don't care about any of it. I just like the song. I don't care about him, and to me, I don't care about people. People are insignificant to me. They're useless to me. I only care about the ideas they bring out into the world. For example, I am not a big fan of what's his name? Henry Ford. I don't like Henry Ford, but I'm sure glad he made cars. You know, like
What a random person to have a vendetta against.
Oh no, you would be surprised at the people I have vendetta against in history. But again, I'm a huge like psychological nerd and stuff like that. For example, like I despise Ted Bundy as a human being, but I love his way of thinking, and like just different things like that. And I never associated ideas and people because I couldn't care less. So I read Harry Potter, I read The Sandman, all that stuff. I don't care about the authors. I don't know who the author is for Red Rising, and I couldn't care less. I don't want to know. I just read Red Rising because again, it's just independent. So that's the way I always see everything.
Pierce Brown as well, and so that's the thing. It's like people. I feel like if people are using their platform to harm others, then I don't want to support them. But if people just have speculation about certain people based on the past, something that they said, you know, whatever, I have a hard time with just cutting out, you know, everyone, because I mean, we are human. We all make mistakes. We all grow.
Right.
We all learn. And I feel like if you are not using your platform to harm other people intentionally, then I think people just deserve, I don't know, a little bit of grace, especially because none of us are perfect. But yeah, in terms of Harry Potter, she says really harmful things very clearly. She says them on her, you know, social media. So I don't want to associate myself with that person. But yeah, it is really hard because we don't know who makes movies. We don't know who makes any of the products that we buy every day. It's, you know, are we really going to do that much research to find? I mean, maybe we should, but then we drive ourselves crazy. Like we would.
I
all
feel like if I'm going, yeah, like if people apply that to like your everyday thing, like you don't care about whoever does this, does that, so you just like continue to product. Why then, if you know, because again, no one cares about what's going on in Somalia. Sure, if you see it on the news, like, oh no, but at the end of the day, you're gonna blink twice and not think about it. So why then should we care about? Right. But I think more people should be honest in that sense.
We don't live in a perfect world, and that's just the saddest thing, is that there's a lot of things that I think we should just all do our best to cause the least amount of harm possible. That's my official stance. We should do everything we can to cause the least amount of harm possible, but that also includes ourselves. So if we are mentally like driving ourselves mad and driving ourselves just crazy, trying to figure out, you know, how we can, I don't know, does that make sense? It's like we are also,
it definitely does.
Right? So if we are stripping ourselves of literally everything that makes us happy, just in the pursuit of trying to not cause harm, it's like we're also causing harm to ourselves. You know, so I don't know. Maybe people don't like what I'm saying. I'm sorry if you don't. I'm sorry.
Again, who cares? I despise caring about what people think. One thing I always tell people this: I am not a good person. I know for a fact I'm not. I don't necessarily do bad things anymore. I used to be a horrible person. I used to do bad things. I am better now. I don't do bad things. I try my best to take care of people, and there's a lot of kids who watch my videos and they look up to me. I try to be a good role model for them. But one thing I always tell people is I learn from everyone. And I mean everyone, whether that be a controversial president, whether that be a political person, I learn everything from everyone. I spent an entire 4 months dedicating myself to learning about Hitler so I could learn how he thinks and learn how to be a good leader, because he was a horrible person, but he was a remarkable leader. You know, things like that. I learned for everyone, and I need people to realize that I don't want you to see the videos I make and think that's him. I want you to see the videos I make and say that's art. Look at everything I say and everything I do for what it is and not for who's behind all of that, because that's how I look at everything else. I don't care about who does what. I care about, was it useful and was it good? And if it wasn't, cool, I don't care about it, move on. So that's how I always perceive things. But hopefully one day people will be more like that, and we will be more judged on the ideas we have and less on the people we are, because nobody's a good person. A lot of people are horrible. So
some people are really good though, man. Some people are just really, really like Ren. What an angel girl! That girl is the sweetest girl I've ever met.
I mean, but that's not fair. You're comparing people to Ren, and she's like the best thing to ever be invented. You know, that's not fair.
Yeah, no one can be on Ren's level. I'm sorry, but I'm definitely not. I feel you. I've not always been the best. I've done a lot of things in my life that I regret, but I think we all have, you know. And the point is what we do from now. Like, are we making this like every action that we make right now? Are we using it to better ourselves, to better the future, to better the planet in some way? And you know, everything that we do is going to have some positive effect and negative effect. Like, I can't even think of a single thing in the world that we do that's going to better, like only better or only make it worse. I feel like things, they're going to benefit somebody and they're going to hurt somebody. You know, that's part of life. You
did say you have to catch a train. I hope I'm not getting in the way of that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have a few more minutes.
Okay. Then I do have a. No. I have so many questions. That's the thing. You have such a like interesting brain, and I want to just pick it. And like, these book talkers are gonna get so annoyed at me because I'm gonna interview every single one of them and pick your brain. Another thing I want to ask. You know what the term gooner is, right?
No.
Oh Lord, I'm not gonna be the one to explain this to you. I'll let your kids do it. I refuse to be the one to explain this to you.
One of the people in my comments did say that their username was Goon or something, and I was like, oh.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
You guys have the most hilarious like usernames. Us in Book Talk, we're so boring. We're like, Becky reads. Becky.
They gave you guys nicknames actually.
Really? What's my nickname?
Well,
Becky.
okay. Well, we're still working on each and every one. So we're working on the Booktokers nicknames. For example, Mari, we call her red-haired Mari. She's a pirate known as red-haired Mari. Morgan, we call her Big Book Morgan. And I forgot. We're trying to figure out like pirate nicknames for everybody, and it's really hard. Like you're the next one on the list, and then after you, I think there's Sarah, and then there's Viviana. But yes, we're all figuring out all of them. So now we're gonna give you guys all amazing nicknames. But yes, we like to give everybody nicknames. The reason why I was talking about, I'm not gonna say the word anymore. When you realize what it means, you're gonna be like, oh Lord have mercy. I'm not gonna be the one to explain this to you. I refuse to bear that cross. Now. There is a lot of smut in the book community. You guys seem to be unashamed about it. I am officially gonna just come out here and say I am disappointed in you people.
No.
What is your favorite smut?
My favorite smut. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of people who judge me for this.
Oh, we will, absolutely.
Okay, let me show you. Hang on.
She has it! Oh, no! She's gonna show us smut, guys. Everybody, close your eyes. Everybody, please just close your eyes.
Okay. I was just talking about this with my group chat this morning. Ren, maybe you know.
She talks about smut with her group chat. Oh, Lord have mercy.
No, it's because I just a book that I think is that I want my friends to read because it's ridiculous. I'm not a yes, man.
No! No!
So listen, hear me out. This is the biggest hear me out of my life, okay? I'm not super big into smut. Like a little bit, okay. But when it's just like page after page after page after page, I'm like, okay, we all know what sex is, all right? Like it gets kind of boring. Like I want to get back to the story. But this one? I made my husband read it. He just said in the chat, this book is very good, I recommend it. My husband read it.
Oh, no! That was the first book people recommended to me. They said, don't read Red Riding, don't read Cosme, or read Morning Glory. No. Yeah. When I found out what it was about.
This book is one of the best, okay? I love this book so much.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite books. So if
I am judging you a lot right now.
To any of my deep dives ever again, I would completely understand based on my book choice. But yeah.
Do you have a deep dive on that?
No, but it's a really good romance. Like their love story is honestly one of the best I've ever read. Like it's so good.
He's a minotaur.
Yeah, but okay. But hear me out. The world, imagine it's like Zootopia, where just like animals and monsters and whatever, it's like normal, right? So like you've got some humans, then you've got some minotaurs, you've got some vampires, you've just got, everyone. Like that's just how it is, right? Some people are a mix. I think he had like a human grandmother, a couple of, lines back. You just have to accept that that's the premise, right? And so if you accept that that's the premise, then people are mixing, you can have a relationship between a human and a minotaur. And she needs money, so she starts working at this pharmaceutical kind of like clinic that's collecting, and she's a technician, so she has to help, collect.
Right, very helpful.
And so, then they kind of fall in love, and it's really good. It's really good. Yeah, exactly, Ren. Once you accept the world you're in, it's not that weird. It really is not. I could have said Ice Planet Barbarians. I have that one on my shelf too.
I don't even know what that is.
It's. Hang on.
I'm scared, guys. Everybody, close your eyes. This is kids. Don't try this at home. Everyone, close your eyes. Oh Lord, have mercy.
This cover is not that bad, but it's like he's an alien. He's a giant blue alien.
Okay, call me racist. I don't believe in cross species integrating with each other. This is weird. Okay.
Don't knock it till you try it. Come on.
No.
My husband read it. Okay.
I am questioning his integrity now. He's a great builder, but.
Come on. You have to.
Oh my gosh.
It's amazing.
Do you recommend I read any one of those?
Yeah, of course. Morning Glory Milking Farm. The title is weird, but this book is so good. I love it. It's a romance.
I'm gonna do it. Oh Lord have mercy. Do I have? Fine. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot.
Yes, please do. I promise you'll like it. I promise you'll like it. And if you don't, it's fine. I won't judge you.
This is here. Oh my gosh, it's short. Just do it. No.
Yeah. Well, it's not short, Ren. It's a minotaur.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
Anyway,
yo.
so on that note, I probably should go catch my train.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to come on live again if you ever want to ask more questions. I'm always
Oh,
down.
absolutely. The more you go throughout, I'm gonna do like a live every so often to interview you on like different arcs and stuff like that after you like make significant progress. There is a specific place called Arlong Park. It's not a spoiler because it's the name of an arc.
I've heard
Once you get there, I want to interview you again because it gives you an interesting image of One Piece. But yes, I'm gonna interview several book talkers about just book talk in general and One Piece, so I look forward to it. Everybody's been really excited. That being said, everybody go ahead and say goodbye to Becky. She's been amazing. She will be back again soon. But yes, we love you so much, and it's a pleasure meeting you officially.
Yeah, nice. And thank you for not bullying me this time.
I'm bullying you on one. Oh, yes, I don't even want to say the word out loud. But yeah, no, I absolutely love you so much, and thank you everybody. Yeah, you've been amazing.
Bye guys.
I hope you have a beautiful evening.
Thank you. You too. Bye bye.
Okay, man, that was really fun. Okay, guys, so that was Becky. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your family and friends. And yes, there is one more person we have towards around the end of the week. But I'm gonna try to like schedule as many of the book talkers as possible, and hopefully they reach out to me and like want to schedule stuff. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Stay classy. Bye bye, guys.